Hello my fiery friends, the Infernoman here with our latest gameplay and exhibition video to show you. In this series, we highlight a random deck on MTG Arena, and it can range from a spicy homebrew to a tier 1 meta deck that's hot on ranked. And if you do like these videos and anything I do, all I ask for you is to give a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so you can enjoy everything from my gameplay, deck techs, booster pack openings, and so much more. If you do like the deck, I will leave a link in the details below so you can give it a spin on Arena for yourself. Keep in mind that these videos will be pure gameplay, no commentary style, so you can enjoy the game, and if you want to, you can see my final thoughts on this deck at the end of the match. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
When they hit the drop it. Distractions. Don't overthink things. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
If you surrender now, empty your mind. But underneath, I don't think you'll be needing that. I don't like that. A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
You won't be outsmarting me.
And there you have it, everybody. That is our Liliana discard deck for you for Explorer. So you tell me in the comments below, what do you think? I'll be honest, you can kind of get on me for this real quick, but I'm just going to say it. I threw this deck together in about 10-15 minutes, so there wasn't that much time for me to refine it. The reason for that is I have other projects I'm doing right now, and of course, I'm still trying to work on my other big boy job while I'm just trying to have fun building decks for you guys. Still, I really was excited to have Liliana the Veil added to the format, so we just wanted to build around her ability, which is the +1 where each player has to discard a card. However, that works in our favor because it synergizes with one of our payoffs, which is Croaxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. You've seen this card many times, you know exactly what it does. It'll get big, it'll be threatening to our opponent. It forces our opponent to discard something if they have something in hand, and of course it closes out games very quickly. To back that card up, however, we will have copies of Nicol Bolas the Ravager and a copy of Kalitas Trader of Get to also take advantage of either discarding our opponent's hand or to possibly get rid of our opponent's creatures bit by bit and then creating a zombie army out of that. To back up Kalitas, though, with extra zombies, we will also have copies of Waste Not. You've seen this before. Whenever an opponent discards a creature card, we can create either a token. If they discard a land, we get to add some mana temporarily. And if it's a non-creature, non-land card, we get to draw a card. So that's basically our engine to keep ourselves going. If we want to fill up the graveyard to make sure we can bring back Croaxa and escape it, we have plenty of copies of other things such as Considers. We have a little bit of spot removal with Bloodchief's Thirst, Fatal Push, some Strangles. If we want to protect what we're trying to do, we have Set of Negate. And of course, the main game plan to take advantage of Liliana the Veil's discard ability. To pay off also the Waste Not, we have our Thought Erasures, of course. We have some Thoughtseize in the main deck. And also to protect ourselves from any kinds of go-wide strategies, we have, of course, a copy of Meathook Massacre. Fantastic card. Cry the Carnarian for the early game. Extinction Event for things that are difficult to deal with. And in order for us to have a little extra recursion, a little bit more spot removal, Kolaghan's Commands to help bring back those Croaxas if we really need to, Nicol Bolas, Kalitas, which is the reason why we're not doing a full playset of any of these creatures. And then our other surprise for our opponent is Davriel Rogue Shadow Mage, the original 3-drop that was way more watered down than Liliana in terms of its ability. Still, its main thing to ping our opponent if they don't have any cards in hand can really synergize well with Liliana. So don't be afraid to put him down first. I usually would recommend throw down Davriel first before Liliana because Liliana continually can keep ticking versus Davriel. But still, as you kind of saw from some of our gameplay footage, playing Liliana is not the easiest thing, so just remember again, it's going to take some practice because even though her abilities seem very straightforward, she can be still a tricky planeswalker to master, so just keep that in mind as you are playing with it. Going over the land base real quick, it's pretty much just a giant pile of stuff just to make sure we can fix our mana. We have some Xander's Lounge, some shock lands, the new spooky lands, check lands, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what their names are anymore, but you get the idea. From the Innistrad lands, a couple of creature lands, and Hive of the Eye Tyrant, Den of the Bugbear. Pretty straightforward on that. Sideboards, again, since I threw this together very quickly, it's just a hodgepodge of what I think for now might be best against our opponents in the format. So some unlicensed Hearse as our graveyard hate, a Braid, Feed the Storm is a little bit more of a catch-all, but mostly it's for the artifacts and enchantments, an extra copy of Fatal Push and Bloodchief's Thirst, Ritual Soot as another secondary third option for us in terms of a Wrath for the lower curve decks, some Duresses to back up the Thoughtseize, and of course a little bit of color hate depending on what we deal with versus our opponent, whether it's Ether Gust, Noxious Grasp, or Fries. But otherwise, that's the deck for you guys. My only final thought I'm just going to say is I'm going to try to look at this one more time and refine it a little bit more. Maybe we might go back down to a Rakdos style deck. Maybe it might even be just mono black. Who knows? Either way, I had a lot of fun playing with this, even though I threw it together very quickly because I was just so excited to play with Liliana in this format. But otherwise, if you are a fan of control decks, if you like Liliana, if you just like discarding, just basically making your opponent miserable, if you want to try to think you can refine it better, again, let me know in the comments below what you'd recommend to make it overall a much more effective deck. But otherwise, if you do choose to play it, I'm sure you will not be disappointed. That's all I have for you today. Thanks again for watching, everyone. And just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. Later.